Welcome back to the Simply Optimized Lab.
All right, today in the lab, we are running an experiment in total sleep optimization. What's the objective? Simple. We're going to engineer a system to get you maximum restoration in the minimum amount of time. So here's our protocol. First, we'll define the sleep efficiency problem. Then we'll dive deep and decode the science of a sleep cycle. After that, we'll get practical and build the core protocol, design a morning activation sequence, look at some advanced calibrations, and finally, we'll install the performance mindset you need to make all of this stick. All right, let's start the experiment.
Okay, first things first. We have to correctly identify the variable we're trying to solve for. Because, let's be honest, the common wisdom out there, it's fundamentally flawed.
So here's the core paradox, right? The one so many of us face. You do everything right, you allocate the standard 8 hours, but you still wake up feeling foggy, under-recovered. Why? The conclusion is unavoidable. Time in bed is simply the wrong metric. We have been tracking the wrong variable.
And this is the crucial insight. We have to shift our focus from quantity to quality. The variable that truly matters, the one we're optimizing for, is sleep efficiency. Think of it as the amount of high-quality restorative sleep you get per hour. Because let's be real, 9 hours of fragmented, low-quality sleep is objectively worthless compared to 6 hours of dense, optimized rest.
So, if we're going to engineer for efficiency, we first have to understand the system we're hacking. Let's get under the hood and look at the fundamental mechanics of your brain's recovery process.
You see, the entire architecture of sleep is built on one simple, repeating, and predictable unit of time. And that unit is 90 minutes. Your brain doesn't just shut down for one long continuous block. No, it operates in cycles.
Now, this concept is absolutely critical to our experiment. Each 90-minute cycle is a complete restorative process. You know that groggy, disoriented feeling we call sleep inertia? That's what happens when you wake up mid-cycle. So the hack is simple but powerful. Wake up at the end of a cycle. That right there is the key to feeling sharp and refreshed the moment your eyes open.
Okay, so within that 90-minute cycle, not all stages are created equal, not even close. For our purposes, peak performance, total recovery, we are laser-focused on two specific stages: deep sleep and REM sleep. Think of these as the power phases. This is where the real work gets done.
And this distinction, this is our strategic target. Deep sleep, that's for your physical restoration. We're talking rebuilding muscle, reinforcing your immune system, recharging cellular energy. Then you have REM sleep. That's for your mental restoration, consolidating memories, boosting creativity, sharpening your focus. So an efficient night's sleep is simply one that is absolutely packed, dense, with these two critical phases.
All right, enough theory. Let's move to application. Based on the science we've just covered, we can now construct a core protocol, and it's designed specifically to maximize our time in those critical deep and REM sleep stages.
The entire system is built on these three, let's call them non-negotiable pillars. Look, if you execute on just these fundamentals consistently, you're going to get 80% of your results right there. So let's break them down.
Okay, pillar 1 is all about consistency. Your brain absolutely thrives on rhythm. So, by setting a fixed sleep and wake time, and yes, that includes weekends, you're training your body's internal clock, that circadian rhythm. This conditions your brain to release melatonin predictably, which gets you into deep sleep faster. Now, pillar 2 flows right out of that, the 90-minute rule. You just work backward from your consistent wake-up time in 90-minute blocks. That gives you your ideal bedtime. Why? Because landing your sleep in these clean blocks ensures you wake up at the end of a cycle, not smack in the middle of.
And pillar 3, the pre-sleep shutdown. Now you need to stop thinking of the hour before bed as downtime. It's not. It's prep time. Implement this 3-2-1 countdown to signal to your nervous system that it's time to power down. So 3 hours out, no heavy meals. 2 hours out, no work, no stressful inputs. And 1 hour out, this is the big one, absolutely no screens. That blue light actively suppresses your melatonin production, literally sabotaging your sleep quality before you even close your eyes.
But the protocol doesn't end when your alarm goes off. Nope. To lock in all those benefits and prime your system for peak performance, you need a very precise morning activation sequence.
So, your very first action upon waking, get 10 minutes of direct sunlight. And I mean no phone, just you and the sun. This light exposure is an incredibly powerful biological signal. It hits the photoreceptors in your retina, which immediately tells your brain to shut down melatonin production. It literally anchors your circadian clock for the entire day ahead.
Next, you are going to eliminate the snooze button. It's your enemy.
It just fragments your sleep-wake cycle and confuses your brain. Instead, you need to actively clear that sleep inertia. A splash of cold water on your face, a short burst of physical activity, we're talking 20 push-ups. This triggers a strategic release of dopamine and noradrenaline. These neurotransmitters, they're your brain's own natural stimulants, and they will instantly increase your alertness and just obliterate any residual brain fog.
Okay, so once you've got that core protocol locked in and it's running on autopilot, then you can begin to fine-tune the system with these advanced calibrations for even greater efficiency.
So, let's look at a few of these fine-tuning adjustments. First up, caffeine timing. Look, caffeine has a half-life of 6 to 8 hours. That means any coffee after 2 p.m. is going to degrade your deep sleep quality, even if you think you can fall asleep easily. Next, mental declutter. Journaling for just 5 minutes before bed can help shift your brain waves from that active beta state to a calmer alpha state, which is perfect for priming you for rest. And finally, your environment. It has to be meticulously optimized.
And the data is crystal clear on this one. A cooler room helps your core body temperature drop, which is a necessary trigger for initiating and maintaining deep sleep. The sweet spot? You want to aim for a range between 18 and 20 degrees Celsius. That's about 65 to 68 Fahrenheit. This is non-negotiable for optimal results.
And finally, let's talk about the most important part. None of this protocol is sustainable without the right mental framework. I mean it. Executing this system requires a complete paradigm shift in how you view rest.
We have to fundamentally reframe our view of sleep. It is not a passive period of inactivity. It's not a necessary evil that steals productive hours from you. No, it is an active, strategic process of recovery that directly fuels your cognitive and physical output the next day. It is, without a doubt, the ultimate performance-enhancing tool.
And that, right there, is the ultimate takeaway from our experiment today. The performance game isn't won by who can stay awake the longest. It's won by who wakes up with the most clarity, the most focus, and the most energy. When you optimize your sleep efficiency, you're not losing time. You are creating higher quality energy to invest in every single one of your waking hours. To keep optimizing your life with science, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to Simply Optimized Lab right now.